Let's just jump right in. We're tackling something today that is literally keeping business leaders awake at night: AI governance. Instead of staring down this daunting, endless checklist of compliance to-dos, we're going to flip the script. We're going to transform AI compliance into a massive strategic advantage for your business. Because look, if you're deploying AI right now, you don't just need a stifling rulebook, you need a compass. So welcome to the Explainer. Let's get to it. Okay, let's dive into this. Gartner recently put out a staggering prediction. They're saying that by 2030, 50% of AI agent deployment failures are going to be caused by governance gaps. 50%. Let that sink in for a second. That's half of all deployments failing. And not because the tech wasn't smart enough, but because the governance around it simply wasn't strong enough. This establishes the undeniable business value of getting this right. It's not just about, dodging regulatory fines anymore. It's about making sure your tech actually works in the real world.
Here's the roadmap for this explainer. We're covering the AI Compliance Challenge, the NIST RMF Strategic Roadmap, how to overcome the resource gap, top-down organizational readiness, and finally, your 4-week action plan.
Section 1. The AI Compliance Challenge, Navigating the Resource Gap.
Now, we absolutely have to acknowledge the very real pain points and the sheer information overload that small to medium-sized businesses are facing today. And this brilliantly illustrates what researchers call structural asymmetry. Basically, on one side, you have these massive global AI providers with deep pockets and endless technical teams. And on the other, you have low-capacity deployers, like SMEs. But here's the kicker. Under regulations like the EU AI Act, it's the smaller deployers who often bear heavy legal burdens. They're expected to guarantee human oversight and document risks, usually without having any actual visibility into the black box systems built by those tech giants. It's a fundamental mismatch between legal exposure and operational capacity. I absolutely love this quote from a recent MDPI review on AI governance. It says, "Legal obligations must be translated into structured organizational routines to be effective. Compliance must be enabled, not merely demanded." Think about that. Idealistic, one-size-fits-all regulations, they completely fail low-capacity organizations. You can't just shout, "Be compliant," at a team and expect it to happen. You have to build the systems that make it possible. And that is exactly why we need a much more practical, iterative approach.
Moving to Section 2, the NIST RMF Roadmap, the ultimate equalizer.
Now, for businesses of any size, having the right framework acts as your compass. Let's talk about our core tool here, the NIST AI Risk Management Framework, or AI RMF. It's a voluntary, flexible guide from the U.S. National Institute of Standards and Technology, and it is specifically designed to help organizations systematically manage AI risks and build trustworthy systems. What makes this a real game changer is that it's sector-agnostic, rights-preserving, and it's built to totally adapt to your organization's specific risk tolerance. So it's not about crushing innovation, right? It's about confidently building AI that is safe, fair, and reliable.
Breaking it down, the NIST framework relies on 4 core functions: govern, map, measure, and manage. Govern is your foundation. It's how you establish that internal risk culture. Map is all about identifying the context and potential limits of your system. Then there's measure, which is analyzing and tracking those specific risks, like testing for bias. And finally, manage is where you prioritize and actually respond to the risks, maybe by putting a human in the loop. The thing to remember here is that these aren't just a static one-and-done audit. Nope, they form a continuous, iterative life cycle that adapts right alongside your evolving AI systems. So the crucial point is this: adopting this framework is way beyond just ticking boxes or desperately trying to dodge regulatory fines. The NIST AI RMF takes compliance and translates it from a massive, headache-inducing technical burden into long-term business value and resilience. It actually ensures your AI systems are working for you, safe, fair, and totally aligned with your bottom-line goals. All right, Section 3, Overcoming the Resource Gap, Minimum Viable Governance. Okay, this is where we get into the strategy. How on earth can a resource-constrained team actually pull this off without burning out their entire staff? Well, the answer is Minimum Viable Governance, or MVG. This is an approach entirely focused on right-sizing your compliance effort. Look, perfection is not the goal on day one. We aren't looking to do too much and just freeze innovation, but we also can't do too little and leave the company completely exposed. What we want is iterative governance. We want scalable, practical steps, the least responsible AI controls that are still legally sufficient and auditable. That way, you're protected, but you're still moving fast. And a huge piece of MVG is proportional oversight. Let's look at this comparison. Say you have a low-risk AI, right? Like a tool just recommending internal training modules.
You definitely don't need a whole team of humans agonizing over every single output. Automated spot checks are totally fine. But if you're running a high-risk AI, maybe a system making financial lending decisions or doing threat detection, you absolutely, 100% need strict human-in-the-loop review. You simply match the intensity of your oversight to the actual level of risk.
Naturally, this isn't a perfectly paved road. There are a few common structural roadblocks you've got to anticipate. You're going to deal with the black box opacity of advanced models, where you honestly just can't see how decisions are being made. You're going to face information overload and alert fatigue. Your security and IT teams, yeah, they're probably already stretched thin. And accountability is almost always fragmented along the value chain. But honestly, just anticipating these hurdles, knowing they're coming, is the very first step to building a solid strategy to get around them.
Which brings us to Section 4, Top-Down Organizational Readiness, Building a Culture of Shared Responsibility.
So, AI governance simply cannot be a side project that gets shoved into the IT basement. If you want a culture of shared responsibility, you need a definitive top-down mandate, period. Coordinating this readiness breaks down into 3 very clear steps. First, you have to secure executive leadership buy-in. Without that, you're just not going to get the resources you need. Second, build yourself an interdisciplinary oversight team. And third, this is big, establish clear, named accountability and escalation paths. Every single AI asset in your org must have a named individual who literally owns the stop button. In a high-risk scenario, there can be absolutely zero ambiguity about who has the authority to pull the plug.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the actual makeup of that interdisciplinary team. Notice it's not just a giant slice for IT and security or data science. You have equally important slices for legal and compliance in business operations, because non-technical roles are just as absolutely critical when it comes to evaluating the ethical, legal, and operational risks of your AI systems.
To really hammer that home, check out this insight from Living Security. They said AI risk isn't just a technical problem, it's a business problem that touches every part of your organization. And that hits the nail on the head. Collaborative, cross-functional teams are what ultimately create a resilient security culture. Because if you just hand oversight entirely over to IT, you are completely missing the bigger picture of how AI is impacting your human workforce and your end customers. Section 5. Your 4-week action plan, from overwhelmed to operational.
All right, let's take everything we've talked about and move from theory straight into execution. Let's move to the timeline and see how this actually builds week by week. This is your AI compliance on-ramp, derived straight from GDPR local guidelines. Week 1, establish your governance structure. Form that cross-functional committee and assign your executive accountability. Week 2, conduct an AI inventory. Literally just catalog what you're actually using right now. Week 3, perform a gap analysis against your current practices. And week 4, begin mapping and measuring initial risks using that NIST framework we talked about. By just breaking it down like this, what feels like a monumental task suddenly feels incredibly manageable.
And the strategic benefits of rolling this out? They're huge. It completely replaces organizational panic with a repeatable, auditable process. It puts scalable, proportional human oversight into place. It ensures that when your AI systems fail, because let's face it, they occasionally will, they degrade gracefully instead of catastrophically. And maybe most importantly for small businesses, it provides a verifiable history for external regulators so you can confidently handle evolving rules like the EU AI Act.
So I want to leave you with this one final thought. Take a hard look at the systems you have running right now and ask yourself, are your AI systems operating by design or by chance? It is time for leaders to take the wheel. Thank you so much for hanging out and joining me for this explainer today. Grab that NIST framework, put this plan into action, and go build your strategic advantage.